Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matters to we the people. Devin Nunes to make criminal referrals to DOJ for conspiracy and leaking classified information. California Rep. Devin Nunes says Sunday he plans to submit 8 criminal referrals to the Justice Department this week related to the Obama administration's handling of the Trump-Russia investigation. Nunes said on Fox Sunday Morning Futures that the referrals will be made for alleged leaks of classified information to the media, for manipulating intelligence, and for misleading foreign intelligence surveillance court judges regarding the infamous Steele dossier. Nunes declined to identify the Obama officials who will be subject to the referrals. He said the 5 referrals name specific government officials he believes have lied to Congress, misled Congress, or leaked classified information. Take a look.
House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes is live this morning at the World Ag Expo in California, and Congressman Nunes is also a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
I want to get to that memo, the letter that you have written after the Jim Comey memos were out. But first, let me start here. Let's pick up where we left off the last time we spoke, Mr. Chairman. You joined us 4 weeks ago on this program. At that time, you said you wanted to get the electronic communication from the Department of Justice and the FBI. You wanted that electronic communications to understand exactly how the Trump investigation into collusion even began. You've now since seen the electronic communication, yes?
That's correct. So it took us a long time to actually get this, what's called the electronic communication. As we know it now for your viewers, what that is it's the original intelligence, the original reasons that the counterintelligence investigation was started. Now, this is really important to us because a counterintelligence investigation uses the tools of our intelligence services that are not supposed to be used on American citizens. So we've long wanted to know, well, what intelligence did you have that actually led to this investigation? So what we found now, after the investigators have reviewed it, is that, in fact, there was no intelligence. So we have a traditional partnership with what's called the Five Eyes Agreement. Five Eyes Agreement involves our friends in Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, Canada, and of course us. So long time process and procedures in place where we move intelligence across. We are not supposed to spy on each other's citizens, and it's worked well, and it continues to work well. And we know it's working well because there was no intelligence that passed from Five Eyes through the Five Eyes channels to our government. And that's why we had to see that original communication. So now we're trying to figure out, as you know, we are investigating the State Department. We think there's some major irregularities at the State Department, and we're trying to figure out how it is that this information about Mr. Papadopoulos, of all people, who was supposedly meeting with some folks in London, how that made it over across into the FBI's hands. We know a little bit about that because of what some of the State Department officials themselves have said about that. So we were glad to get this behind us, but now, of course, as we peel another piece back, it leaves more unanswered questions, which we're trying to get to the bottom of.
Mr. Chairman, you've got to explain what you just said. I think this is extraordinary, that you're telling us that in order for the FBI, the Department of Justice, to launch an investigation into so-called collusion between President Trump and the Russians, there was no official intelligence used. Then how did this investigation start? I don't understand, sir. Please explain.
Well, I think that is the point. We don't understand. We've never understood because, you know, we have access to these finished intelligence products, and we've never seen one. So we thought, well, maybe there was one that went through a different channel that was kept really quiet, that was secret, that was kept from the Congress and other folks. Well, in fact, after our investigators reviewed this, that is not what happened. There was no Five Eyes intelligence product as it's been reported. There was no product, and I think that's a major problem because we have to have trust with our partners, with our allies. We have to make sure that our agencies talk. and they work out problems. We have to make sure that they don't spy on either American citizens or that we're not spying on British citizens. These are all things that have been around for decades. So, and this is even more critical. Let's just at the highest level, what is this? What is this about? This was about a counterintelligence investigation that was at the height of a political campaign, where you opened up an investigation using these intelligence services to spy on the other campaign.
The Justice Department is not required to open investigations based on congressional referrals, but Nunes said he's willing to meet with Attorney General William Barr to discuss the matter. Nunes has led investigations into the FBI's handling of the Steele dossier, as well as efforts by Obama administration officials to unmask the identities of Trump associates in surveillance reports. The FBI relied on Democrat-funded dossier to obtain 4 surveillance warrants against Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. Nunes and other Republicans have asserted the FBI misled surveillance court judges by failing to disclose that the dossier was unverified and that it was opposition research funded by the Democratic National Committee and Clinton campaign. Nunes has also investigated the Obama administration's role in unmasking the identities of Trump associates in classified surveillance reports. Republicans have investigated whether any Obama administration holdovers leaked information from the reports to the media. Well, we obviously know that Obama's holdovers did leak information. We know that Comey leaked information. We know that McCabe leaked information. We know that there were leaks all over. So let me know what you think. Do you think anything's going to happen with this Nunes investigation, or you think it's going to fall through the wayside? Leave your comments below. Check out DEMOCREPUBLIX for the latest in news. Oh yeah, and please subscribe and click that like button. Till next time.
We live in a really nightmare. We live in a really nightmare.